And I was one of the people with our crews out there seeing some of this damage this past week from the winter storm. So really, when it gets down to it and you're covering the wind and the ice and the water damage throughout this recent storm, electricity might be one of the first things to be restored for most people. Not all, as Kale just shared, but other issues can take longer and can be tough to navigate.
There's the immediate reaction when a tree falls onto power lines or a home.
Just as we were talking, as you were driving by, it all came down onto the street right here.
And then there's the follow-up. What do I do next?
As you can see, it's all tangled up in those lower lines there, so is it going to cause more of a problem?
Corey Knapp wrestled with that question during the storms this past week. Some homes were spared from large trees falling on them. Others, not so much. You can ask any insurance company, they'll tell you this storm caused massive damage. State Farm Public Affairs Specialist Amy Harris explains.
27 states and 31,000 overall claims that we've seen the past week. Oregon alone, we've seen over 700. That's with both auto and home claims. A lot of damage. We're seeing a lot of wind damage, a lot of water, frozen pipes that have burst, trees that are down.
And it's not always a straightforward answer to who's liable and who needs to make the call, unless you can prove some type of negligence.
Insurance is kind of funny with trees because if your neighbor's tree falls on your fence or your property, you're responsible for that, not your neighbor.
Harris says your first call should be to a home or car insurance agent. Don't jump to action just yet.
Keep receipts, document everything that you do. Also, don't pay for anything up front. Make sure you're reaching out to your agent, you find out exactly what is covered with your policy.
Then she has some recommendations when selecting a contractor. Ask around for references and check contractor licenses and certificates of insurance. Insist on detailed written estimates that show the cost, labor required, and estimated time of the work. Check any potential warranty and watch out for conditions that would void it. And of course, you can check reviews or formal complaints filed against any contractor. Lastly, Harris says the best way to be prepared for a future claim is to assess the value of what you have ahead of time.
Key things that we like to remind people to do is take a home inventory. So that's just, simply walking around your house with an iPhone, a pad of paper, just documenting what you have, the value of everything that you have, so that if it does need to be replaced or you do need to file a claim, you know exactly what it was that you had.
I talked with Oregon's Department of Consumer and Business Services today to get some more information. They say it's still just a little too soon for them to have complete data on the calls they received as a result of the storm, but they should have that information early next week. So we'll get that update for you. David?